Hi, my name is Pernille Götz. I'm the inventor of the Hydrogen Game and I'm from the Technical University of Denmark. The Hydrogen Game was developed in the EU project Green Skills for Hydrogen as a tool for teachers to facilitate dialogue about the complex energy systems where hydrogen will play a role. So today we're going to play 3 games. It's all within the Hydrogen Game. The first one is trying to put up the icons in what we call the energy value chain. And here on the board, if you look to the board, I have put already kind of a table. It says non-renewable down here and renewable. Then we have here energy source. That would be the beginning of the energy value chain. Where are we getting the energy from? Then there's one called harvesting. How do we get the energy from wherever it's coming from? Energy carrier, that could for example be battery or other things, something that can carry the energy that we have harvested.
And the TSO.
Yeah, but that's a good point. The transmission system operator. That's an important part of this value chain.
Yes. Yep.
But is it a carrier? Or how can we, what do we define by carrier? I think this will come up when we start discussing.
Okay.
And then storage. We used to call it transportation, but also how do you store this energy that you have harvested? And then finally, what can you use it for? Because different types of energy can be used for different things. Yes. And then down here we have 31 icons that are all to be placed somewhere in this system, okay? And some of them will be very evident where they're going, and some of them will be more problematic. But the first task I want you to do is, in collaboration, putting these icons up in this value chain, and I want you all to agree on where you're putting things. And if you cannot agree, it's okay, but try to discuss until you agree. And if you do not agree, it's okay, we will take that up in the end, okay? But I will give you about 5 minutes for this. Okay. So please get started. So thank you very much. You put up all the icons. I see several interesting things here. Perhaps also some corrections. But there is one, I wouldn't call it a fault, maybe it was a challenge from my side, which lies in this storage transportation here. Because transportation, you've put a lot of the icons that are transporting
they're for
things.
usage, maybe. They're for usage.
It's exactly usage.
Yeah, they're not storage. Yeah.
It's not storage. So if we look away from the transporting thing and say storage, if I just say that, would you do something differently?
Yep.
Maybe? Yeah? How would you do it differently? You're welcome to move it.
So cars go here,
Yeah.
ships, trucks, trains, aviation.
Yeah. Yes, okay. I would say now because these are some of the interesting applications, right? Yeah. Also, you have both electrolysis and fuel cells. No, let me start another place. I think you did very well on putting up the different types of energy sources. Is it a renewable energy source or a non-renewable energy source? Hydropower, wind, sun, biomass, and so on. Cool. So what we just did here with the game, the first game, the energy value chain, is that participants are getting familiar with the icon concept. And also I introduced the game in a manner so that they all felt they could contribute, that any kind of knowledge is relevant. And as you saw, some of the icons were more easy for them to put in the value chain than others. For example, the the sources are often the most easy, but then when it comes to the applications, the carrier technologies and so on, it's a bit more complicated. Also, you saw that I called the storage solution transportation also, and it gave some confusion. But when I as a teacher said, what if we define storage as something that can actually store the energy, they were all like, of course it's applications, it's not means of transportation. So in this way, via dialogue, like first the participants had a dialogue in the group about their understanding of the icons, and while they were discussing, I was watching what are they doing, how are they moving it, and I could see, there are some problematic placements, but also some that could be discussed. So in the following up, I engaged with the participants in a way so that they could see that some of the icons are difficult to place because they can be in several places in this value chain. And this is very difficult to explain in a lecture normally, that something has more functions. So now they, with this first game, they both have an understanding of the concept with the icons, and they have a better understanding of the hydrogen value chain, which makes a good basis for moving on to the next game, which is the hydrogen production paths game. The game can be used for many contexts, for schools, for students in universities, PhD students, for facilitating dialogue among policymakers and project managers of hydrogen projects, and also for involving experts in these dialogues. So the main value of the hydrogen game is that it's a tool that makes it possible to discuss the connections between the many different elements that our energy systems, our current energy systems, and our future, for hopefully more green energy systems have. All materials you need to play the game can be downloaded via the link below. The materials are free, easy to download, and easy to print out and use in your classrooms. And please just get started and have fun playing the hydrogen game.